Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Friday, the 11th of April, 2025. The year BSV comes alive. Right, let's see what we got today. Check this out. So we've got some posts here from CS Tominaga. This looks quite good, where they're explaining control loops. So going to have a read through that. There's another article or another post here that caught my attention. We said the meek will inherit the earth, not the weak, not the obedient, not the ones that wait for permission. So yeah, get stuck into that. I've got a thread here about HandCash that's quite exciting. An article here by CoinGeek saying RockWallet wants affiliates with an audience to earn commission. And Cointelegraph has just got something about it's like whale hack to do with Hex. I mean, I know people that are still enthusiastic about this, but like I said, shitcoin is shit for brains. And then we got some 365 days of Bitcoin history, and then that'll be the end of the show. Right, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the terror node, you'll surely see.
Alrighty, here we go. So Verum Eagle said, in replying to Craig, he said, please tell us more about loops. I know you may be sick of thinking or talking about these things, the Turing completeness, etc, 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 but it is the loop, not verification. Alright, so yeah, let's see what he's got to say about this. So he has replied saying, Turing completeness in Bitcoin script does not arise from adding loops, recursion or stateful memory within a single transaction. Bitcoin was intentionally designed without such features to ensure deterministic execution and bounded validation time. However, it is entirely possible to implement Turing complete computation using Bitcoin script by treating the blockchain as a substrate for externalized control flow and enforcing state transactions through chained transactions. This approach relies on decomposing computation into discrete steps, each represented by a transaction, with state explicitly carried from one transaction to the next. The key lies in the nature of Bitcoin's UTXO model, that's unspent transaction output model. Each output can encode state in the form of a hash, Merkle root, or structured data in the script public key or op return. When a transaction spends that output, the script sig and the script pub key work together to validate the correctness of the new state based on the old. Since Bitcoin script can evaluate equality, hashes, signatures, and deterministic conditions, it can be used to verify whether the state transition encoded in the input satisfies the constraints encoded in the output. Each transaction acts as a single instructor in a large computation. Because script does not allow iteration, loops must be unrolled externally. Instead of a loop that executes 10 times in a single transaction, the logic is written across 10 transactions. Each step represents a transformation from one state to the next, enforced by script conditions. This sequence of transactions forms a chain of computation that mimics a Turing machine, a finite state machine with externally managed control flow. The computation is not executed inside the blockchain, it is executed externally and then verified on-chain. The logic is deterministic and the outputs are known in advance, allowing multiple parties to compete in submitting valid transactions. This is the core of the system's competitive architecture. Since state is committed within UTXOs and transactions are enforced by script, any party can compute the next valid step and submit it. Miners then select among the competing transactions based on fees, correctness, or other incentives. The correctness is guaranteed by the script itself, which validates the new state against the prior one. State is therefore managed across transactions. It can be encoded directly in data outputs or as a commitment, such as Merkle root of a virtual memory structure. Each new transaction presents the updated state along with a proof that the transaction is valid. Script then verifies that the previous state machine and expected input, the proof is valid and the new state is correctly derived. A few foundational structures support this. Said 1, each UTXO carries a commitment to current state. 2. A transaction that spends its UTXO includes the prior state commitment, the proposed new state, a proof of the transition. 3. Script enforces the validity of the transaction, compares input and output commitments, verifies digital signatures or other checks, rejects any invalid state update. This model creates an overlay execution environment where the actual computation happens outside, but the validity of each step is proven and enforced on chain. It is fully Turing complete because any computation that can be expressed in a Turing machine can be represented as a sequence of state transactions. The blockchain acts as a global verifier of each step. Yeah, like the technical parts of that are over my head, but I really need to understand this. I need to learn the technicals, learn to build and do everything, if we're going to win this war. He's continued, he said, the system also allows for batched or one-to-many settlement. A chain of state transactions can be constructed off-chain and then submitted in compressed form. For example, a Merkle proof could be provided showing a full series of transactions with only the root hash committed on-chain. Competing parties could also submit alternate state transition proofs with only the valid ones accepted by script. This enables selective verification, checkpointing, and aggregation. The use of Bitcoin script in this context is not a processor, but as a validator. Computation is done off-chain, verification is done on-chain. The chain enforces the correctness of each step without needing to understand the full computation. This separation of concerns keeps validation time bounded while still allowing for arbitrary computation. The control, logic, memory management, and instruction sequence are handled by parties creating the transactions. The blockchain acts as the arbiter. This approach aligns directly with the incentives of a competitive execution environment. Miners are incentivized to include valid transactions. Multiple actions can compute the next step and compete to have it confirmed. There is no need for central coordination. The rules are embedded in the script and the state transition logic. Only valid transactions can be accepted. Invalid ones are rejected at the protocol level. Bitcoin becomes a distributed, trustless execution engine, not through internal computation, but through verifiable state transactions and externally managed logic. Turing completeness emerges from the structure of the transactions, not the code inside them. The constraints of script are not a limitation, they are the foundation of the system's reliability. Computation is not forced into a single block or node, it unfolds across time, across space, across actors. It is chained, enforced, and final. This is not a simulation of Turing completeness, it is a full implementation. Not just in the way traditional systems do it, and unlike those systems, it scales, because every transaction is independently verifiable. Because nothing is hidden or abstracted, because the chain doesn't guess, it proves. End, cut, and paste. Oh, I mean, that's just awesome. It is awesome reading this stuff. Jeepers. I mean, it's just incredible. Literally, what we are witnessing here is history in the making and a genius at work. Like, honestly, this guy invented Bitcoin and had the intellectual capacity and knowledge and intuition to actually go ahead and build it and make this. I mean, it's just absolutely sensational stuff. Literally, this is a pivotal moment in history. It's just incredible. Incredible. Right, next one. So looks like it's more of an opinion piece. He said, the meek will inherit the earth. That's a line from the Bible. Not the weak, not the obedient, not the ones who wait for permission. The original word meant restrained power, a force held back not because it must but because it chooses. The Hebrew, that's a word there, meant weight, gravity, a man who doesn't flinch, who doesn't follow, who doesn't need approval. The knight, the samurai, the man who has mastered violence and keeps it sheathed, not because he fears using it but because he doesn't waste it. The lie they sell is that meekness is submission, that silence is virtue, that capitalism is what the governments hand out while they choke markets with regulation and shovel money into crony mouths. That's not capitalism, that's the rotted corpse of it. Capitalism is force restrained, value created, trade without apology. It's the strong building systems so the parasites have something to steal. It's the man who risks everything and owes nothing. Capitalism is not derived, it is seized. It's built by the ones who stand alone and don't bow. It's held by the ones who could destroy but instead create. And that's exactly what we're dealing with, those who just simply want to destroy everything. Governments don't build it. Politicians don't preserve it. They fear it because it shows what real power looks like. And that commandment, thou shalt not kill, a lie in translation. The Hebrew is, and there's a Hebrew word there, don't murder, don't kill without cause. Killing isn't forbidden, it's regulated by justice. There's another Hebrew word there, is the word for righteous killing, used constantly, approved repeatedly. Violence isn't the problem, weakness masquerading as morality is. The meek in the world are not the passive. They're the ones who could tear it down but build instead. The ones who don't get pulled by the mob. The ones who don't whine about fairness. The ones who do the hard thing, the right thing, the necessary thing. And they will inherit the earth. Not through mercy, not through consensus, but because no one else can hold it. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I wish I could read more. They love to quote it with soft eyes and soft minds. The meek shall inherit the earth. As if the Bible were a goddamn brochure for submission. As if the promise was made to the doormats and yes men, the ones who tremble politely and call it virtue. They think meek means harmless. They think it means obedient, but that's because they don't know Greek and they don't want to. The word is, and there's a Hebrew word there, pros or pause. Say it like a whip crack, but weakness controlled power. The word there, mangling, was used for where horses, is that warehouse or where horses? War horses, trained and tempered, deadly and precise. A creature that could tear the world apart, but holds steady because it chooses to. Not because it has no teeth, but because it knows exactly when to bite. That's who inherits the earth. Not the whiners, not the sheep, not the disciplined, the men and women who've looked chaos in the eye and didn't blink, who could break things and choose instead to build. The kind who can carry strength like a blade sheathed, not surrendered. But oh, how the churchgoers love to gut the meaning. They've turned that line into a sales pitch for mediocrity. Be meek, they say, and the world is yours. While kneeling before bureaucrats, begging for favour and calling their family and calling their fear humility. They've written strength as sin and cowardice as gospel. What they've built isn't a religion, it's a guilt machine. They've wrapped submission in sculpture and sold it as salvation. And in doing so, they've taken the fire out of the text, stripped out of steel, and left only slogans for the herd. But the real line, the original fire, was never a lullaby. It was a challenge. You want the earth? Master yourself first. Don't beg for it. Be strong enough to hold it. Not with noise, but with sentiment, with principle, discipline, and earned power. Because that's the inheritance of the pros, not the limp, not the loud, the ready. Oh, right. It's just brilliant. It's brilliant. That's at 13 minutes. Yeah, we'll go over one more. He continues, he says, he walked into the temple and flipped the tables, not because money was evil, but because fraud parading as faith is worse than theft. He didn't beg for favours, he didn't grovel for pity, he didn't whimper about fairness, he spoke with clarity, with purpose, and with the authority of a man who knew that truth didn't need a crowd to be true. He didn't bend to power, he didn't barter with kings, he looked the rulers in the eye and told them they were wrong. And when they asked him to back down, he stayed silent. Not out of fear, but out of certainty. What they've made him now is a distortion, some soft-eyed drifter begging everyone to be nice. But what he lived was fire and steel. He didn't die for forgiveness. He didn't die to forgive weakness. He died because he refused to lie, because he wouldn't deny the truth to save his own skin. That wasn't sacrifice, it was integrity. He didn't teach that you owe your soul to your neighbour. He taught that every soul is accountable for itself, that a man's inner life matters more than law or tribe, that what defiles a man is not what enters his mouth, but what comes out of it, the lies, the envy, the cowardice. He didn't call for a collective, he called men one by one and told them stand, walk, choose, no mass movement, no political plan, no slogans, just the unyielding demand to live honestly, to speak the truth and to bear the weight of your own damn spine. And what did the world do? It screamed, because nothing terrifies a mob more than one man who doesn't need it, one man who won't trade truth for safety. They call that pride, they call that arrogance, but what it really is, the only thing it ever was, is moral clarity. He didn't kill him because he was meek. He killed him because he didn't flinch. Well, they didn't kill him because he was meek. They killed him because he didn't flinch. All right, look at that. Replying to Crypto Rebel there, because he's heavily into this as well. Brilliant. Loving that. Absolutely loving that. It's 15 minutes gone already. So HandCash. So Quantum Metaverse said here, HandCash transforming payments with Bitcoin SV. Loving that image there. That's what the old one used to look like. Thread 1, HandCash revolutionizing payments with Bitcoin SV. HandCash is a mobile wallet using Bitcoin BSV to make payments simple, fast and low cost. Let's dive into how HandCash is making digital payments more accessible to everyone. Thread 2, what is HandCash? HandCash is a mobile wallet that allows you to send and receive payments with just a phone number or social media handle. No long wallet addresses, just simplicity and ease. Powered by Bitcoin SV. By using Bitcoin SV, HandCash enables microtransactions with low fees and fast transactions. Whether it's a small tip or a large payment, it's all seamless and cheap. Global accessibility. HandCash is being used around the world, from Asia to Europe to the Americas. Well, it'd be nice if you changed the currency then, so we're not stuck with euros. People are sending and receiving money instantly and globally without the usual high fees. Social media payments. Send money through social media handles. Just link your wallet to your profile. It's as easy as sending a message, making payments more convenient than ever. Payments for business. Merchants can use HandCash to accept BSV payments via QR codes. It's quick, simple and cost effective, helping businesses streamline payments and cut out costs, I guess. Real world utility for BSV. BSV's scalability lets HandCash process a high volume of transactions without slowing down. Whether it's a small or large transaction, HandCash can handle it all. Gaming integration. HandCash is also making waves in gaming. Users can buy in-game items, tip creators, engage in blockchain-based games. All that thanks to BSV's low fees and speed. Real success with BSV. HandCash isn't just a concept, it's driving real-world adoption for BSV. It's already making payments easier and cheaper for users and businesses alike. The future of payments. With Bitcoin SV at its core, HandCash is paving the way for fast, cheap and efficient payments. This is just the beginning. Accept more BSV-powered apps in the future. Experience HandCash today. Ready to make payments easier? Download HandCash and experience the future of digital payments powered by Bitcoin SV. Satoshi's vision for Bitcoin global payments. Is BSV or BTC the answer? What's your take? BSV, mate, kind of obviously. It's what it does, what it says on the tin. Bitcoin Satoshi vision. Right, let's have a look at this in a CoinGeek article. It said RockWallet wants affiliates with an audience to earn commissions. Sounds good. So the wallet app and trading platform RockWallet is looking for users with clout to share some of its earnings. Those who fancy themselves as influencers can sign up for affiliate program, receiving commissions when new users open accounts and start transacting. Currently, RockWallet supports wallet balances and trading in BTC, BSV, ETH, USDT, USDC, Litecoin, Doge, and a growing number of other assets. The company recently began support for Money, the new USD stablecoin running on Ethereum and BSV networks as ERC20 and First Sat Ordinals tokens. When using the BSV network, Money transactions are near instant and don't have Ethereum's gas fees, which is awesome. The affiliate program isn't open to just anybody. Users need RockWallet to approve the application, and there's a contract with conditions before signing up. You'll need to complete an ID KYC process for your own account. There's a questionnaire on impact.com that lays out the terms. RockWallet's website recommends the program to PPC and paid ad experts, content creators and bloggers and social media influencers, email marketers and other experts. All payouts are in USD and include rewards such as $50 for a new referral account's first trade. RockWallet is also exploring recruiting commissions to increase earning potential, but for the moment, it's only first trade high performance members may also receive bonuses based on their volumes. Affiliates must target their messages exclusively to a US-based audience and cannot promote the service as a financial investment advice or target minors. Disclaimer: the writer of this article is not a member of the affiliate program and uses RockWallet only as a regular account holder. RockWallet's own standards promote security, integrity, and regulatory compliance. Affiliates or media partners will need to have the same approach. Any content posted must be disclosed as paid promotion. Paid promotion, really? No deceptive, misleading marketing practices are acceptable, and the content must be removed if RockWallet requires it. Laws about digital asset promotions vary from place to place, so you'll also need to ensure you're within the boundaries wherever you live. Residents of some countries are excluded from the program. That list includes Afghanistan, Algeria, Bangladesh, Bolivia, China, Egypt, Ghana, Iraq, Kuwait, Lesotho, Libya, Morocco, Myanmar, Nepal, North Macedonia, the Republic of Congo, Saudi Arabia, Sierra Leone, and Tunisia. Other countries not listed here may also be prohibited. Applications take about 2 to 5 days to process, and once approved, affiliates will have access to marketing materials such as banners, email templates, compliance guidelines, and other training stroke advice materials for those unsure what to do. Impact.com also provides a dashboard to track referrals, clicks, and commissions over time. There's no pressure or deadline to start referring new users. RockWallet first launched in December 2022. It's a non-custodial storage option, meaning users can protect their own private keys. Its wallet is based on the BRD, I think it's Bread Wallet, open source code, which has been around for over a decade, and the apps is available on iOS and Android. There's a separate app for the standard digital asset wallet and a new RockWallet Pro version with additional trading features. Anyone can use the wallet function, but if users want access to features like buying digital assets with a credit card or swap between assets, it's necessary to complete one of the KYC tiers. The basic level allows trading, swapping of up to 1,000 USD in total, while full verification requires an identity document and proof. Regarding its security and compliance, RockWallet creators have also aimed to keep it fast, simple, and easy to use, with the familiar wallet your grandmother could use interface. It's become popular with BSV fans over the years, but the company's recent acquisition of the digital payment platform Wire has onboarded a raft of new users from the wider blockchain and digital asset ecosystem. Oh, that sounds great. Quite glad I read that. Excellent. It's a 22-minute show. Can't be bothered with Cointelegraph's article. Absolute crap. Right then, here we go. So 365 days of Bitcoin history. The 11th of April 2013. Increased trade volume breaks Mt. Gox. That was after the issue in Cyprus where they did all the bail-ins. The 11th of April 2013 also, the great crash of 2013, the Bitcoin price dropped 60% in a single day. Look at that. But this was 11th of April 2013. So 2013, and look at this. So 2013, and the price of Bitcoin was already 200. It was up to 265, and it dropped down to like 200. We're now looking at it at $28.15. $28, and back in 2013 it had already hit $260. $260. Absolutely crazy. The 11th of April 2018, application granted registry and automated management method for a blockchain enforced smart contracts. So that was a patent there that let's see who had that. Craig Stephen Wright and Stephanie Savannah. Wow. Yeah, so registry and automated management method for a blockchain enforced smart contracts. The 11th of April 2019, a year after that, Craig posted, he said, trolls and bullies, the irony of those seeking anarchy and calling out for Bitcoin to act outside the law is that they are not only trolls but simply bullies. It's rather hypocritical to talk about an anarchist society where everyone gets along. Yeah, good point. When it's the same people who cannot act in society. It is generally the antisocial loser who fails drastically, who seeks to put down other people rather than address his own problems. Yeah, that's absolutely spot on. Yeah, for somebody that is on the Asperger spectrum, he's totally clued in. The 11th of April 2019, so that was on the same day. This was the US copyright registration number. For the paper entitled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. With the year of completion 2008, the registration recognizes the author as Craig Stephen Wright, using the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto. Yeah, and that's the image of it. Peer-to-peer electronic cash system, copyright, name Craig Stephen Wright. So that's the application for the copyright registration for the Bitcoin white paper. That was filed and granted. Great stuff. Right, that is 25 minutes gone. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. So, as ever, if you enjoyed these updates, please ding your donations for your appreciation to either Satoshi at Semi.com, HandCash.io, RockWallet.me, Simply.cash, Related.com, or Senti.ch. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
King still has one more move.